Moments of inspiration mixed with time to network, IBJ Media Events has you covered. From industry deep dives to awards celebrating Indiana's top leaders, see what's coming up and reserve your seat at ibj.com/RSVP.
Looking to throw, going deep, searching for DJ Moore, over the shoulder, catch, made, touchdown Bears! It's over at Soldier Field!
Deadlines looming in the border battle for the Bears. Will the Monsters of the Midway build a new stadium in Hammond or stay in Illinois? We break it all down with two key players from Northwest Indiana.
Come on back to your executive physical today.
Plus, the new trend in delivering health care to business executives in Indiana, the all-in-one approach and why it's working. And how the hands-on experience at Galleri is preparing Purdue engineers for careers in motorsports. Inside Indiana Business is next.
From Indiana's business news leader, this is IBJ Media's Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick. Presented by Elevate Ventures, Indiana University, LIUNA, and the Indiana Association of Realtors.
Well, the border battle for the Chicago Bears is now late in the fourth quarter. And to continue with the football analogies, you could say well inside the 2-minute warning. Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick.
Williams drifting, sprinting for space.
In Illinois, legislators are still scrambling to put together an incentive package to keep the team in the state, specifically a site in suburban Arlington Heights, as the clock ticks to the end of the legislative session there this weekend. In Indiana, there's perhaps a quiet confidence with a $1 billion package on the table that was put together months ago aimed at luring the Bears to a site in Hammond. The stakes could not be higher politically, financially, and regionally as Indiana and Illinois compete for a multi-billion-dollar stadium and entertainment district anchored by one of the NFL's marquee franchises. For Hammond, landing the Bears represents far more than a stadium. It would be transformational with the potential to reshape the city's economy and elevate Northwest Indiana's national profile. Well, for an inside look now at Hammond's final push and what this project could mean for the city and the region, let's go to Northwest Indiana now and a man in the eye of the storm, Hammond Mayor Tom McDermott Jr. And Mayor, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Gary. It's a pleasure.
Okay, where are we at now? As I mentioned in the introduction there, Illinois seems to continue to be scrambling to put together a package. Indiana's had its package on the table now, I think, since February. Is that an advantage? What are you reading right now?
Definitely an advantage. I mean, the fact that Indiana acted so decisively, from the governor all the way down to the mayor, Hammond, the General Assembly, everybody being on the same team and reading from the same set of notes makes a big difference to George McCaskey, Kevin Warren, and the Bears team. Absolutely. They've been accustomed to dysfunction in Illinois for a long time, and it was very impressive what happened here in Indiana with our General Assembly.
As you look at this, do you sense this is a battle between two states with very different business climates? Is that a factor here?
For sure. The fact that Indiana's got great credit rating, the fact that our business environment is so positive from the regulatory process, the fact that we have enshrined in our Constitution property tax caps, which gives the team property tax certainty, which is something that Mr. McCaskey and Mr. Warren have been preaching from the beginning, is property tax certainty. And we offer all that here in Indiana, and Illinois still, to this day, doesn't know what the deal would be if they were going to try to keep the Bears in Illinois. But to this day, they still don't know what the deal is.
The Illinois legislature is to adjourn at the end, Sunday evening, basically, May 31. Without a deal, what happens in your view?
I think if there is no deal, that probably for a couple of weeks, we need to wait for the Bears board of directors to get together and figure out if Hammond, if Indiana is going to be the location. I imagine nothing happens right away, but I think that's a very good sign for Indiana if the Bears don't, if the Illinois legislature doesn't come up with a bill that's satisfactory to the Bears. The Illinois House passed a bill that's not adequate. So they need to improve upon that bill, and it just seems like they don't have a lot of momentum right now.
Yeah, I talked with the CEO of the Northwest Indiana Forum, Heather Ennis, about the attention that this deal has given to not only Hammond, but all of Northwest Indiana, and the impact that it's having, whether the Bears come or not, on the region. Here's what she had to say.
A couple of years ago at Gary, you and I talked about we were getting our swagger back. Well, it's coming on full force now. Like we're seeing people that are saying, the Bears would be lucky to locate here.
Play fake, looking to throw, going deep, searching for DJ Moore over the shoulder, catch made, touchdown Bears! It's over.
We have been saying things like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize Portage was so amazing," and with the waterfront community and what they have to offer, and the city of Gary and the renderings that they put forward really look outstanding, and so it's led a new light on Northwest Indiana.
Mayor, how about that? What are you seeing just during this process? Are you getting more calls, more interest, more people taking a look at Hammond in Northwest Indiana?
Absolutely. I don't have to explain to people where Hammond is anymore. Everybody knows where we are. This is not just a big story in Indiana, not just a big story in Chicago. Everywhere I go, when I introduce myself as the mayor of Hammond, people automatically ask me about the Bears. I mean, I could be in California, I could be in Nevada. We recently got back from a trade show in Las Vegas, and we had the possibility of the Bears just hanging over Hammond, and we had tons of interest at the ICSC convention. So this has definitely been good for Hammond, but I'm not satisfied. I want to close this deal and retransform the city of Hammond.
Well, I know you're on pins and needles, as many people are in Northwest Indiana. We're going to continue to follow it. Mayor Tom McDermott Jr., the mayor of the city of Hammond, really appreciate you taking the time, and I know we'll be in touch.
Thanks, Gary. When we cut the ribbon, I'm looking forward to you coming up here. So.
All right, we are too. Thank you.
Thank you.
New details emerging now and this week regarding another major project in the works in Northwest Indiana. Lake County Commissioners approving a development agreement with the city of Gary to move forward to build a $137 million convention center next to the Hard Rock Casino in northern Indiana. Under terms of the deal, construction set to begin no later than August of next year, and it's expected to be finished by the summer of 2029. Coming up next, a new trend in healthcare for Indiana business executives. From same-day, all-encompassing physicals to in-home concierge doctor care in this week's Business of Health. Southwest Indiana is essential to elevating Indiana's future. Explore how IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the state of Indiana are bringing a bold vision for regional growth at Innovate Southwest Indiana, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Join Governor Mike Braun and business and community leaders in Evansville for a conversation on growth, workforce development, and innovation. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
The internet changed how we work. AI is changing what work gets done. A bank cut loan processing from days to hours. A student built an AI scheduler, improving on-time delivery from under 70% to over 90%. Most teams know AI matters, but aren't sure where to start. InAI is Indiana's statewide AI adoption effort, built with industry, academia, and community partners, helping you move from understanding to action. Visit inaiready.com.
Well, the hands of time moving forward at the former Colgate-Palmolive manufacturing campus in Clarksville in southeast Indiana. That iconic clock, we've all seen it along I-65, one of the largest in the world, expected to serve as a key aesthetic part of a major plan to redevelop the site into a mixed-use district. The project would include hotels, sports facilities, and restaurants, and is projected to generate more than $500 million in investment over the next 20 years.
And we will renovate over a period of years, almost all of those buildings, and really create a pedestrian-oriented campus that is, again, will serve as the northern anchor of the new downtown Clarksville.
Well, there's a new twist in the battle between the South Bend Chocolate Company and South Bend International Airport. A St. Joseph County judge has said no to South Bend Chocolate's bid for a preliminary injunction to continue operating at the airport. The controversy centers around the airport authority and its contract with South Dakota-based Skydyne as its new vendor. South Bend Chocolate had operated at the airport under a concessionaire agreement since 2014. Well, now to a possible prescription to help Indiana business leaders better manage their health. Community Health Network may have just what the doctor ordered. Business of Health reporter Kylie Veleta here with more. Kylie.
Oh, that's right, Gary. It's a new strategy gaining traction in the medical industry called concierge medicine, and it's helping high-level business professionals get to the doctor. Indianapolis-based Community Health Network is the latest health system to lean into the growing demand with its new executive physical program.
Hi, Veleta. Come on back to your executive physical today.
Carving time out of a full work calendar to visit the doctor can be challenging for anyone, but even more difficult for the C-suite and CEOs.
You know, we all know the advice that in order to take care of others, you've got to take care of yourself. But how often do we actually do that?
Community Health's new concierge executive physical program recently opened a clinic in Carmel designed with busy professionals in mind.
The space is a very bright and calming space. It's very private. When an executive is with us, they will be the only patient in the office in our space at the time.
The entire clinic is private and upscale, from the waiting room, exam room, and even massage space. With extremely flexible scheduling, the high-end service packs a punch in a single 2 to 3 hour visit.
This is sort of like a deep dive check-in for our executive population. Those that maybe don't have time to get into the regular doctor on a regular basis, or who maybe don't even need that, but are just curious about having a really comprehensive health check-in.
The physical includes advanced lab tests, EKG and imaging, and even high-tech cancer screening. The Galleri early detection test uses a single blood draw to screen for 50 cancers, and Ambry Genetics looks for hereditary cancer risk.
We're seeing more and more, companies out there that they want to make sure that their executives are healthy and, have long-term viability to stay with the company. So a lot of companies are investing in their executives to make sure they go and get their health taken care of.
A recent Johns Hopkins study found the number of concierge medicine practices nearly doubled in 5 years and is projected to keep growing 10% annually. Payment models vary for concierge medicine. Many, including Community's program, are cash pay and don't bill insurance. Companies often pick up the tab and offer concierge health as a perk for their high-level leaders.
And an executive, they need to be that leader for their team. They need to be on point all the time. And that's a lot of why a lot of executives and a lot of companies are starting to look at this as something that is not just a want, but an absolute need to keep their best and brightest, the healthiest as they can for as long as they can.
And if successful, Community says it would consider expanding the concierge program to a second location.
Would you come back next year?
Who got the first place?
1,000,000 times yes for the rest of my life. Let's go! Nothing like feeling the race in Braille.
That's a very satisfied customer for one of the companies we told you about during our Business at the Brickyard coverage. Lafayette-based Tactile Engineering is reporting a successful test run at the Indy 500 for their tablet that helps people who are blind feel the action on the track. Up from just a handful last year, more than 20 blind race fans used the tablet to experience this year's race, many of them for the first time.
And it wasn't just Hoosier race fans, right?
No, that's right. They had race fans fly in from around the country. North Carolina, Missouri, Florida, and Texas all got to come to the Hoosier State. What a great welcome.
Great story and great follow-up. Thanks, Kylie. Well, when we come back, how Purdue University's Motorsports engineering program is fueling workforce development in the IndyCar Series and beyond.
The hands-on work that we're doing here gets every student involved in hands-on work on a race car.
We take the wheel inside Purdue's unique motorsports engineering program, the university's connection to Dallara, and what makes it stand out. That's when we come back.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, the stakes are high. Realtors are market experts who do business by a higher code of ethics, and we're invested in Indiana because we're also your neighbors. Now here's the latest statewide real estate report.
Listings grew by 5% year over year, continuing to outpace sales.
Pendings jumped by 30% from February to March and were up 1% year over year. Sales were similar, up 27% from February and 1% from last year. Inventory is tightening, but growing year over year. However, inventory growth has slowed. We've been at 13% year over year growth for the past 4 months, while growth ranged from 15 to 30% in the 2 years before that. Prices are up 4% year over year, $10,000 higher than last March. Days on market fell significantly, and immediate sales are more common. Price drops are falling, but higher than last year.
Challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising faster among adults.
Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions.
They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard. Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America builds and maintains roads, bridges, and other essential infrastructure that make us the crossroads of America. So thanks to LIUNA members' work, Hoosiers have a better quality of life, like access to utilities, easier routes to jobs, schools, or medical care. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Well, a familiar face returning to the top spot at Purdue University, at least temporarily. Former Purdue President Mitch Daniels will step back into his role as the university's interim leader in July, taking over as Mung Chiang moves on to become president of Northwestern University. Daniels spoke about the state of higher education in Indiana at IBJ Media's recent Power Breakfast series.
Universities, to remain relevant, will have to double down their efforts at value, and secondly, make certain that the overall experience that young people are having is helping them form not just character but other habits in other ways.
Well, Purdue University continuing to make a big mark in the world of racing. Purdue is home to the only accredited undergraduate motorsports engineering program in the nation. It's located inside Dolores Speedway headquarters, just steps away from the latest IndyCar innovation. Purdue's motorsports program shifted into high gear about a year ago when it relocated from the former IUPUI to Dolores' sprawling Speedway headquarters.
This facility in particular, the hands-on work that we're doing here gets every student involved in hands-on work on a race car. You know, they're designing the components for the car that then they're making, and then a lot of the students will take the cars out for autocross events or something, so they're even driving the cars.
Already, surging student demand is prompting the need for more space and a major expansion here to help fuel the industry's expanding talent pipeline. IMS and IndyCar President Doug Bowles says the program gives graduates a baseline understanding of the sport, a big advantage when race teams are hiring.
I think the biggest thing that they'll get to learn is actually the things that they learn in class when they can come actually see it in practice through the teams, through working with our tech team, how they go through technical inspection. That's really what makes it different, is you really see it in the classroom, but you actually get to go touch it and see it in real life, and that's the beauty of that Purdue program.
Dolores is currently working on the new IndyCar chassis, set to debut in 2028.
Getting to have direct feedback literally next door is something that we haven't had before. You know, we've always had these industry connections, but literally being in the building with somebody who, you know, you can walk a composites design over to their composite department and say, hey, what do you guys think about this? And get direct feedback from someone who's doing it every day. It's incredibly special.
The program and the opportunities that come with it are drawing students from across the country. Sophomore Juan McKendry is working towards his degree and a childhood dream of designing race cars for IndyCar or Formula One.
Because a lot of engineering programs and a lot of engineering schools are just theory. You learn math in class and that's it. Here I'm doing exactly half project stuff, working on these karts, working on the Mazda, the SAE car, while also doing that theory in class. My freshman year, from day one, I was involved in a project-based class where we worked with Code 19, the autonomous racing team, to build an autonomous go-kart. So they bought us a go-kart, and I was part of the design team for the steering. So we developed an autonomous steering system to mount to the go-kart.
With the white flag up in the air, one lap to go for our race leader.
Several students in the Motorsport Engineering Club placed second at the Purdue Grand Prix last month.
I got real racing experience. We had some technical issues during qualifying, which led to some stuff that you might encounter in the real world. And then race day was a lot of fun, and it just kind of shows us that like the hard work and everything we put in really paid off.
For the most part, no matter what you're doing, whatever you design, whatever you touch is going to be on a running driving car.
Well, it's hard not to keep watching this epic finish. Unbelievable at last weekend's Indy 500. Felix Rosenqvist overtaking David Malukas in the last seconds of that race to win the 110th running of the Indy 500. Rosenqvist took home a record $4.34 million purse for that win. And, really speed in Indiana, it's more than a sport. It's an engine driving a big part of the economy. And we're taking a victory lap of sorts this week to bring you content we couldn't quite squeeze in during our Business at the Brickyard coverage in May. We kicked it into high gear with 2013 Indy 500 winner Tony Kanaan, now team principal at Arrow McLaren, which recently opened a new state-of-the-art headquarters in Indianapolis. He weighed in on why nearly every major IndyCar team has set up shop here.
If you think about IndyCar, we don't manufacture a lot of parts of the car because by the rules we buy from Galleri. They're local. A lot of the suppliers are local, so we can just send someone in the truck to go get a part if we need to buy it. People have families, kids, they're not gonna relocate, right? So it's much easier to find good people to work in the car.
F1 also locking its wheels in Indiana. Cadillac's $200 million F1 facility under construction in Fishers. Andretti Global has a stake in the project. Company president Jill Gregory explains the significance of F1's presence in Indiana.
We want to make sure that U.S. fans that are interested in Formula One have a place that they feel like that is the representation of that team. And we want to build the best talent. So we want to show that U.S. talent, engineering, communications, commercial, is not just overseas, it can be here too. So that's what we're really trying to put forth.
Gregory says the Cadillac F1 operation in Fishers is expected to be at full speed in early 2027.
$750,000 Logan.
The month of May was also a record breaker for cars off the track.
2024 Lambo.
Dana Meekum's original Spring Classic brought in $193 million in sales at the Indiana State Fairgrounds, breaking the previous record of $124 million.
We're getting pickled here, and they're crushing our loan business too.
But this Lake City Bank team seems nice. They offer small business loans from your phone.
We have that too.
You can even speak to a real live banker.
You guys good? No one needs to talk to a person anymore.
I like people.
Nice game. Come by the branch anytime.
They have branches?
Friendly business loans. Apply online with SwiftLend or visit real human bankers at your local branch.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
The challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising
Small
faster
businesses
among
need
adults.
Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions.
They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard. Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, the stakes are high. Realtors are market experts who do business by a higher code of ethics, and we're invested in Indiana because we're also your neighbors. Now here's the latest statewide real estate report.
Listings grew by 5% year over year, continuing to outpace sales. Pendings jumped by 30% from February to March and were up 1% year over year. Sales were similar, up 27% from February and 1% from last year. Inventory is tightening, but growing year over year. However, inventory growth has slowed. We've been at 13% year over year growth for the past 4 months, while growth ranged from 15 to 30% in the 2 years before that. Prices are up 4% year over year, $10,000 higher than last March. Days on market fell significantly, and immediate sales are more common. Price drops are falling, but higher than last year.
And we leave you this week with Yelp's Brittany Smith with a statewide tour of drive-ins and drive-thrus.
Road tripping season is upon us, and what better way to fuel up than at a local gym? We're here at Che Chori, just a stone's throw from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, to see what they're all about and why Yelpers are love them. Let's go in the kitchen and check them out. I'm here with Marcos, the owner of Che Chori right here in Speedway. And Marcos, can you just tell us a little bit about Che Chori's concept and how it all started?
Che Chori, how can I help you? It all started 6 years ago when we started with a drive-through restaurant, and then we now are expanding into a sit-down restaurant with 90 seats, and we hope to be ready sometime in summer.
And what would you say is your favorite part about being a part of the Speedway community?
Oh, the community has been extremely welcoming, and just I cannot be more thankful of the support, the amount of support that we get from everybody.
And if someone were to visit for a first time, what would you say is their must-try dish on their first visit?
Well, apparently the empanadas. So everybody loves the empanadas, but everything is delicious, and we make it from scratch. So I recommend every single dish.
Can you walk us through some of the flavors of the empanadas? I know you have quite a few.
Yes, we started with the typical Argentinian beef empanada, chicken, jamon and queso, which is ham and cheese, and then spinach, and then we started to open up to different flavors. We added a Mexican influence in this, like the birria, the pollo rojo, Mexican chorizo. We have lemon the dream now. Is an amazing, flavorful, tasty, like sweet empanada and tart at the same time that we love. That in Argentina we don't have it, but we have it here in Speedway.
For those maybe who haven't had a chori pan before, do you mind walking through like what's on it? Like it's toasted bread with the chorizo, the zesty chimichurri. Like,
yeah, basically it's a house-made Argentine chorizo, 100% pork. We don't add any additives. It has Argentinian oregano. We use Argentinian oregano, which is very herbal. It doesn't have the bitter aftertaste that regular oregano has. Then garlic, white wine, like red chili, pepper from Argentina, and a little bit of a blend of white pepper and black pepper because we use a lot of white pepper in Argentina. So it's our own proprietary recipe.
But Indiana's crave-worthy drive-in scene doesn't end there. Here are 4 more Yelper favorite spots to check out throughout the state. Dogs and Suds, located in Lafayette, Indiana, known for their Coney dogs and root beer. Jean's Root Beer and Hot Dogs in Anderson, Indiana. The Suds in Greenwood, famous for their car shows, burgers, and thick shakes. And Carlson's Drive-In in Michigan City. Don't leave without trying out their old-fashioned root beer float and cheeseburgers. Whether you're hitting the open road or just visiting the track, these are some great spots to check out in your neck of the woods.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America builds and maintains roads, bridges, and other essential infrastructure that make us the crossroads of America. So thanks to LIUNA members' work, Hoosiers have a better quality of life, like access to utilities, easier routes to jobs, schools, or medical care. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Richards, get in the game. We're getting pickled here. And they're crushing our loan business, too.
But this Lake City Bank team seems nice. They offer small business loans from your phone.
We have that, too.
You can even speak to a real live banker.
You guys good?
No one needs to talk to a person anymore.
I like people.
Nice game. Come by the branch anytime.
They have branches?
Friendly business loans. Apply online with SwiftLend or visit real human bankers at your local branch.
The internet changed how we work. AI is changing what work gets done. A bank cut loan processing from days to hours. A student built an AI scheduler, improving on-time delivery from under 70% to over 90%. Most teams know AI matters, but aren't sure where to start. InAI is Indiana's statewide AI adoption effort, built with industry, academia, and community partners, helping you move from understanding to action. Visit inaiready.com.
Stay ahead with Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand, your go-to source for the latest business news across the Hoosier State. Join hosts Gary Dick and Alex Brown every weekday morning and afternoon for concise updates on Indiana's top business stories. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast app or listen at ibjpodcasts.com.
Your commute just got smarter. Turn drive time into growth time. The IBJ Media Podcast Network gives you front row access to leaders shaping Indiana's economy, culture, and future. No filler, just smart, relevant, local storytelling you won't get anywhere else. Find all of our shows by searching IBJ Media in your podcast app or visit ibjpodcasts.com.